Provincial Championships First Team All-Star Tournament MVPs. A list of nominees was selected by the tournament committee and voted on by the coaches. From the host team, please welcome your Nova's team president, Shane McIsaac, to Center Ice to present the Tournament All-Star Awards. On defense, congratulations to First Team All-Star, Cooper Mackinnon from the Dartmouth Whalers. Cooper's award will be accepted on his behalf by Mr. Todd Watson. Also on defense, congratulations to First Team All-Star, Cole Rogers from the Gulls. Congratulations, Cole. Playing forward, congratulations to First Team All-Star, Tanner Hayden from the Wearwell. Playing forward, congratulations to First Team All-Star, Sam Fleming from the Gulls. Playing forward, congratulations to First Team All-Star, Tucker Sinclair from the Cougars. Tucker's award will be accepted by, on his behalf, Pete Markoff. And in goal, congratulations to First Team All-Star, Jack Bell from the hometown Bedford. Jack's award is being graciously accepted by Mr. Bryce Boyle. As photos are being taken, congratulations to your lovely Fish and Lobster U15 Provincial Championship Tournament First Team All-Star. There you go, guys.
That'd be right.
At this time, now please join me in welcoming Mr. Joey McDonald from Jack's Mac Foundation, who will present your lovely Fish and Lobster U15 Provincial Championships Tournament Top Player MVP Awards. The Jack's Mac Foundation was created to carry on the legacy of Jackson McDonald by providing youth the exposure to experiences and opportunities that provide them ways to learn about themselves and expand their horizons. Jack Mac's Foundation focuses on helping to create lasting change in youth. Grants are for youth from ages 10 to 18 years of age, and its mission to empower youth and to challenge them to be all they can be. Top defenseman for the Love Provincial Championships is Duncan Anderson from the Novas. Accepting the award on behalf of Duncan is Tristan Chisholm. U15 Provincial Championships is Brendan Smith from the Dartmouth Whalers. Accepting the award for Brendan is the President, Mr. Todd Watson. Top goalie for the Love Fish and Lobster U15 Provincial Championship is Sam Berthium from the Toronto Bearcats. Please join me in congratulating as voted on by the coaches. This is the tournament MVP. The tournament MVP for 2023-24, Fenwick McLean from the Bedford Bandits. Players, please remain where you are. I'd like to now welcome the Novus President, Shane McIsaac, back to center ice. Mr. McIsaac, Shane will be presenting the 2023-2024 Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League Playoff and Tournament MVP as selected by the league's Tournament Organizing Committee. Everyone, your 2023-24 Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League Playoff and Tournament MVP is number 11 from the Novas, Duncan Anderson. Accepting on behalf of Duncan is Vice President of the League, Mr. Pete Marcotte.
everyone.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to High Button Sports as we get set for our semifinal matchup here between the Bandits and the Bombers. I am no longer alone. I've got my partner here, Dudes, in the booth, a two-man booth here from here on out until we crown a champion. How we doing, Dudes?
Doing great, Jeff. It's nice to be here. You know, we've covered a lot of these games this year, and I feel like we have some good knowledge and information here for the fans at home, and pretty good crowd on the webcast here so far as well, the rink, so it's going to be a great night. I can feel it already.
Oh, you're damn right about that, Duder. A lot of regular season cover between the two of us this year here in the U15 League, and there's no better way to crown a champion than right here on High Button Sports, and it starts right here with semifinal number 1. We'll take you down to ice level with our boss, Belly, and we are set to go as the puck dropped in there, and it'll be worked over to the right side. Williams up through the middle. McIntosh looking for a lane. McIntosh passes off, a quick shot. That one misses. A rebound on the left side. And we thought we were going to have a repeat of a couple games we've seen where we have a goal in the first 30 seconds, but Bandits escape in the first 20 at least. A cut move to the middle. Bombers steer that into the side as it's in along the end boards. Fenwick McLean going in to help out there with Normore, and 4 big bodies in there battling in that corner. Nice early battle. Comes up here to Carver. Carver down in front of us. Carver going to move into the right side and dump that puck down low. McKenzie touch passes that in behind, and the Bombers looking for a lane. Lewis tips it up, and it's a foot race. Delayed offside there, and it'll be touched up by Lewis, and that'll get our first whistle.
Yeah, first whistle of the game. Pretty good pace to start this game so far, Jeff. You know, a lot of the times you see the semifinal games, they're a little tentative out there, gripping the sticks a little hard, but back and forth here. Not a whole lot of chances, granted. Only 43 seconds into this game, but I think we're going to be in for a doozy here.
Yeah, and I think the fact that all the games really the last morning and into last night have pretty much been must-win, it kind of takes a little bit of that pressure off, because now it's just another must-win for these fellas. The Bombers just played one a few hours ago where they had to come out with similar intensity just to book their ticket. The Bandits coming off a loss to Truro, who won't be playing the rest of the night. Great season there for Truro, but we're down to 4. The hometown Novas, the Gulls, the Bandits, and the Bombers. Picked up on the right side, in behind for Brian. Brian hands that off, and now a lead pass. It's going to be chased after by Anderson. A little pressure coming from Brian. Brian really coming into his own during this tournament. Coming up with some big goals and some big checks along the way. McPhee picks up on that on the end boards. He cuts back and works it over to Hunter McLean. Hunter here down in front. Active sticks take that away. McPhee now. McPhee, the D-man with a cut move. McPhee steps in, shot. And the first shot of the game will go to Alistair McPhee, number 4, one of the Rookie of the Year defensemen here on the Bandits.
Yeah, and after being named to that all-star team, you got to think the confidence is a little high, and you kind of seen it there. He used his body really well to protect that puck, got himself a shot, and we're going to get a whistle and a face-off down inside the Bomber zone.
So face-off coming down here to the right, and puck worked over to Gillis, looking for that shot to sneak through, and heads on back. Into the left side, Normore with his back turned. Makes the play, and a lead pass to Hakala. Hakala gonna move that puck up himself, hands over to the left side, return pass to Hakala in tight, and he puts one off the post. And Hakala almost breaks the scoring here to start out as the heater comes on for us, Duder.
Love it.
2-on-1 forming down the right side. Chance here for a shot. Sorrento all over it, and we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to beat Sorrento on that shot from in the clear there, but, you know, 4 teams left here, and you got to think 4 of the top goaltenders left in the league here in this one. A tournament here is usually backstopped by good goaltending, so we're going to look for that battle of the goaltenders to continue here.
Absolutely. As the Nova is known for having a good tandem as well. They're going to be here in the Final 4. Back to the blue line. Shot in, Sorrento steers off, and that went back into the mesh once again. And we'll get a fresh puck in here and try it on the right side. 2.5 minutes into this one as we get a look at Coach Huntsey here for the Bandits. And we return back to the right side. Bombers to the line. Sent in and a quick shot. That one rockets off the stick and grabbed on the right side In behind, Bombers handoff, Williams. Past the stick of Williams. Little board battle as that gets poked in behind McKenzie. On the right side, pass. A little bit risky, but it gets by and all the way back to Hickey. Hickey on the right side. Johnson's gonna bring it in. Justice Johnson, even though he's good for an individual effort a couple times a game, looking to break out to one early. As we see some chicken fingers and fries being loaded up here for a big night at the rink. Puck down here along the wall. Maidman's gonna come out with it, hand it off to Fenwick. Fenwick shoots and scores! Fenwick steps in and snaps one home. And an early goal from Fenwick McLean, who's done nothing but score this tournament.
Yeah, he got himself into a good position to get a loose puck, and you know, Jeff, after watching all these games this year, I know everybody else can attest to this, but that's the last guy you want that puck to be on his stick in the slot there, and not much a goaltender could do there. A little bit of a screen, and Fenwick just continues to score.
Absolutely, and we'll return back to center, and number 10 puts another one in. Just out here accepting his award before the game. He comes out and puts the first one in, and I mentioned it, only the 4th player in the history of the U15 league to break 50 goals. That one sent into the right side. Carver's gonna pick up on it. Carver passed across, Maidman in behind. Pass across McLean again, and looking for Normore. The big D-man was streaking in. That's back to Allie McPhee. Allie snaps a pass up the left side. Steers into the corner, Cameron. Cameron takes a bump from Carver. Croft gets ran off into the wall, and up ahead here for the Bombers. Wearwell Bombers over the blue line. Shot hits the glass. That in behind, Sim with a little pressure, but it frees out. Sim now spinning and shooting. He'll be knocked over. Down in the right hand corner. Croft looks to work it out, and it's turned over to the Bandits, and lead pass here for Carver. Carver gonna bring it in as the rest of his line changes off. Carver, backhand, misses in behind. They'll go chase after and send that down. That'll be an icing call there.
Yeah, so Fenwick with a whopping 8 goals in this tournament, Jeff, and you know, that's not an easy task by any stretch of the imagination, and some people don't score 8 goals in the entire regular season, but he's come out here in this tournament and he's proven why he was the top scorer in this league.
Very good point, as that is true. With 8 goals in a Provincials is almost unheard of. No one even close to his total right now, and set the tone goals too. Seems to always come up with a big one. That one to the left side. Swain gonna go for a skate. Swain down the left side. Swain pulls back, looking to get that through. It's into the feet now. Hunter McLean on the right side. Hunter, he'll take it in for an individual effort. Now he gets his line mates to join. Justice Johnson playing a lot of minutes with him so far this Provincials. Down there in the right side corner. That's picked up and knocked in behind. Gonna be into a skate from Duffy. Duffy back over to the right. Chased after, a little back and forth. Grabbed by Johnson. Johnson, he'll move to the top of the circle. Johnson, pass off to the left side, trying to steer in front, and it's into the feet. Brian's gonna go in and grab it. Brian, he'll get ran in along the boards. Back to Duffy. Bouncing down, Brian. Brian holds, pass. Gonna be knocked before it can get through, and now hustled back the other direction. Steered ahead and taken away on the defensive side, and up past McKenzie. McKenzie chases after it, and that'll be the whistle. 8:50 to go here in the first.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about these games, Jeff, is they get going and you get a goal and you get yourself a little bit of momentum, and since that goal, the Bandits have had real good sustained pressure in the offensive zone, so the Bombers just got to simplify here. It's still early in this game. There's lots of hockey to be played, but simplify things and get the pucks to the net, and I'm sure Coach Sim is over there letting them know the same thing.
Well, yeah, the other day, the Bombers went down early in the game and ended up coming out with a win, so we know that they're not totally afraid of coming back, and Even though they've let in an early one here, like you said, Sim has been here before, and he's going to bring that experience that really not a lot of other people in the province can bring, dudes.
And you know you got to score to win, Jeff, and that's plain and simple. One goal is probably not going to win you this game, but you know it's a long way from over here, and there's a reason that these teams are left. And it's been quite the tournament. It's been a dogfight, like we talked about at the beginning of the tournament, and it's really coming down to the wire here. And it doesn't get much better than this from a broadcasting standpoint.
And it's nice when you predict something and it comes true, dudes. And it was obvious it was going to be a dogfight, but everyone in the rink can agree that that's exactly what happened. And close to offside there. Looked like he had that back foot on the blue, collecting that pass, but confident call by the liney.
Yeah, he was in the right position, and when you're an official, that's kind of what it boils down to. And a lot of the time, if you're getting questioned on your call, when you're in the right position, there's not much they can say, and I thought that was the right call. We had a pretty good vantage point up here for once, and yeah, I thought it was the right call, so good call by the official early, get him into the game.
A little good cop, bad cop we like to do when we're on commentary, right? You're always nice to the referees. I'm always trying to figure out exactly what we're looking at here, but that one was a offside, and it's up the left side. It'll be sent on down, intercepted. Little chip pass back in by the Bombers, and the Bombers kind of spread out a little bit there. Used to kind of playing as a unit in tight. The spread game benefits the Bandits, so we'll see how that adjust goes. Cohen into the feet there. Grabbed on the right side and up to Sim. Sim moves over the blue line. Sim tries to let that shot go. A little one into the pads and picked up on the left side. Croft to the middle. Cohen passed off. Rebound in front and jamming in on the post. Sorrento on top of it. And that one's going to feed back in behind. And a good couple whacks at it there for the Bombers. Back from the Bandits now. Bandits circle back. McPhee. Hands off here in front and shot down, picked up by Sim. Sim moving around, and you can't get the shot off as it heads in behind. Pulled in tight and up the boards. Picked up, and now the arm goes up. And the first power play of the game here coming as Carver's going to take that, and it'll be an extra man for a moment, but touched up there, whistle going.
Yep, first penalty of the game. We'll see what the special teams has in store for us here today, Jeff.
So we're going to see an Ian Tate plumbing and heating power play. It's your first time seeing one of the Ian Tate plumbing and heating power plays, and boy, have they brought some big moments this weekend. Hayden's going to sit, and with 6:51 to go in the first, face off here on the right side.
Yep, Tanner Hayden, first team All-Star. Probably not the play he was looking for. Got a stick caught in the feet, but he's going to look on his team here to pick him up and kill this off and get back to work.
Carver to McLean. Carver then picks it up on the left side, shot from distance. Over to McPhee. In the corner, comes back to Carver on the line. A little bit of a different look. Power play here. McPhee down low on the left side. Rebound of center. Shot, scores! Normore buries it on the rebound. And that's a quick power play goal, and that'll be 2-0.
Yep, good puck movement there in the offensive zone. Didn't take them long to strike here, Jeff, and that's going to give them a 2-goal lead. So, job not done, but job done for the Bandits.
Yeah, and 2-0 here, less than 10 minutes in, and just what they were looking for. There's a puck on the ice down here. I don't know if someone cleared that one down, but the puck down near Sorrento, so I don't know if that was maybe out of frustration or what, but early 2-goal lead here for the Bandits.
Someone a little premature on the chuck-a-puck, maybe an intermission.
Yes, we've seen a couple chuck-a-pucks in our day during these tournaments. I don't know if we're going to be heaving this game, but that puck will be sent down into the end boards. Bombers. Normore, the big D-man, coming up with the goal. Johnson in on the front as well. Puck there on the right side and in ahead, potential for an odd man rush here. Swain down the right side, passes off, shot, scores! And the Bombers get one back through the 5-hole of Sorrento. 2-1, and we are a long way from the finish, and a great retaliation goal there by the Bombers.
One thing I really liked about that play, Jeff, is Swain took that puck deep, he had an opportunity maybe to move that puck a little earlier. He decided to take that puck fully down into the offensive zone, and then you force a D-man to make a decision. Do I want to get down on the knee? Do I want the goalie to have it? And he makes a great pass there, and they make no mistake on that one, and just like that, they're back in it. And the top 4 teams here in the tournament, they're not going anywhere just yet.
Absolutely not. We said the Bombers have already proved their comeback ability, and needed one there and got it early. Less than a minute after the power play marker. Swain with the assist, and now they try to jam it in on the side, and a quick shot in tight. Brian had a good look at that.
I don't know if this is true or not, Jeff, but it certainly looks like Hunter McLean's grown a little bit since the season started. I don't know how that's possible with a guy that age at this size, but you know, it's certainly helping him out there, and he uses his size to his advantage quite a bit.
Yeah, and he was a little hurt to start the year, but came around and has had a good second half and even got himself onto the all-rookie team, so certainly nothing to sneeze at for the Bandits forward. A dominant player for the U13s last year, up the right side, brought in by Cohen. Cohen with a move, Cohen, shot, that one saved, rebound in front, batting away, they score! And just like that, we're tied up. 4 goals in the first 9 minutes, and it'll be 2-2. A big, juicy rebound off that Cohen shot, buried, and he gives a nice little reaction for us, rightfully so. I think Croft was the one to finish it, and the Bandits, faithful over here by us, have gone a little quiet.
That was a great play there. They stretched out that weak side winger to draw the defense out. Bandits do a great job of holding the blue line, but they send that weak winger, and what a move there from G-Co, as they call him, Grady Cohen, to get in there and create that space.
It's a nasty nickname right there. Carver shoots that one into the right side. Sim gets the secondary assist there. Cohen and Sim have been clicking well this tournament. Picked up by Lewis. Lewis up the right side. Stopped and stick lift there. Hard on it, Fenwick McLean near the blue line, and we're back to even here with 4:59 to go in the first. Pass heads up the left side. Lead ahead. Fenwick McLean picks it up. Fenwick lets a snapshot go, and that one goes wide, and that boy can shoot from anywhere. Normore into the skates. It bounces again. Looking for a lead pass here to Lewis. Drop back, and now up the right side. Here come the Bombers to the middle. Shot blocked. Another rebound. Sorrento not going to take any chances. Jumps on it.
And you said there that Sim and Cohen having some good chemistry so far in this tournament, and the one thing I'll notice is not the biggest guys, Jeff, but they play very big in stature. They have big hearts, and you know what? They have no problem going to those dirty areas, and it's nice to see when a couple guys start to click offensively, and it's a little bit dangerous for any team that's going to play against them.
Yeah, Sim has certainly played on the boards quite a lot this tournament. Not afraid to get into the corners, and Cohen does have a little bit of that ability to sneak around and move, and that combo has worked out for them, and obviously helping tie up this game. Anderson from the point, and a shot saved by Sorrento.
Yep, Sorrento doing his best job here. 2 goals in the first period. Not much he can do for either of them. Just shots that got through. There's a crowd in front of the net, and the rebound pops loose. And, you know, the Bandits defenders got to do a better job of tying up those sticks and removing those bodies from the front of the net here.
Yes, certainly moving around the blue paint. Couple goals scored like that there for the Bombers. Surratt on the right side, that steered him behind. Van Polgees gets a whack at it, and it's flicked up to the right side. Stick lifting on the Bombers. Grabbed and in behind. Surratt's going to have to chase after it as pressure on the back end from McDonald. Centering pass over to Van Polgees. He'll get it into the skates. Van Polgees turns and moves. Rolls off the end of the stick there and back in for Anderson. Stick lifted here in front, trying for it. McLean puts it around on the left side. Drop back for the Bandits. Bandits to Johnson. Johnson picks up. Johnson in over the blue line. Johnson down the left side. Johnson, sharp angle shot, gonna chase his own puck in behind. Pass across and a rocket pass trying to catch Hickey. Back down low on the right side. Maidman picks up. Maidman being run off into the half wall there. Sim grabs. Pass flicked up in the zone there. The old moonshot as McPhee grabs it and uses his defensive partner Hickey to open it up. Down the left side, shot. That one scooped up, looking for the rebound, jamming away. It's loose on the right side. Back to the line, Hickey. Over to McPhee. McPhee lets a low shot go, steered into the right corner. Maidman jumps up on it. Fenwick McLean in behind, rolls off of his stick. Hickey jumps up again, moving in behind and play down low. Carver with a chance. Fenwick now shoots, hits the side of the net as he tries for the quick release. Looking to catch Walker off guard there. Hickey plays it down and the Bombers pick up in to the blue. Shot high and Sorrento kind of punches that one up in the air. Collision there and things have settled down a little bit here after the excitement of the first two. Picked up here by Grady Cohen and quick hands by Cohen. He'll fire it into the end boards and it comes to Hickey. Hickey backing around. Gonna head back. Cameron chasing. Icing waved off. Wrapping around the boards there. Stick kind of got in on the arm there of Johnson, but it's down the right side. Shot off the mark. Down here, past the stick of Hayden and in behind for Anderson. Anderson over to Normore. Normore back to Duffy. Duffy looks to get it up the boards. Sent on over. Ran off onto the wall. Lewis chasing after it. Pressure on Lewis. Free puck now there to Bryan for a moment. Bryan into the zone, and that'll be offside by Hunter McLean. And a whistle goes as man knocked back there. I don't think we're going to see a call from it, though.
This game has given me real crazy road hockey vibes from back in the day. It's, you know, you set a score for it to finish, and all of a sudden it's 2-2, and you still have time, and it looks like we're into a shootout here, and it looks like maybe the last shot of the game is going to be the one that wins it here. So back and forth action, and this game has been everything is advertised, and maybe even a little more, Jeff.
Face off down here in front as it's worked off to the right side. 1 minute and 6 seconds to go here in the first, and into the feet of Williams. That puck knocked around and will be up through the middle again. Brought on down the left side. Bombers, last minute of play officially here in our 15-minute frame to start out. Back in behind, Bombers looking to get it, a little whack at it there in front, and it'll stay out. Moved over to Carver. Carver with 37 seconds on the clock will bring it in off the right side. Played in behind, Fenwick steers in, rebound in front. Rolls up and now back to Hickey. Hickey over to Carver and into the penalty box. 22 seconds remain here in the first, so a 30-second break coming up. Face off right here in front of Belly. Puck dropped in and one back for the Bandits over to Normore. Normore down the right, takes a hit and shoots it into the end boards. 14 seconds. Up the wall on the left side. Intercepted by Johnson, 6 seconds to go. Bombers come up with it and will send it back, and that'll take us to the end. So 2-2 at the end of one here, dudes. Close game. We're going to be back in a second for the second.
And
All right, back now, second period, so just a 30-second break for us in between with 20 minutes on the clock now, so we're into a 20-minute second and a 20-minute third. Pass Fougere here, slapped at.
Huntsy ducks for the protection there.
Yeah. It's interesting to see which guys sit on the top of the bench there and which guys sit back. Usually Simmer's sitting back and Huntsy's on top. Right now, looks like both coaches pretty enthralled in the game on that top step. Sent back and behind.
I think it all depends on the situation too, right? Some guys are not trying to show their emotions. Other guys are seeing things and they want to communicate. So if you actually pay attention, there's lots of gum chewing and lots of pacing down there on the benches.
Fougere on the left side. Fougere getting cut off by Anderson. Fougere centering pass, and it rolls through the blue paint there, and a whistle will go less than a minute in to this second period.
One thing I've noticed here, Jeff, in this game is these two teams, they understand the magnitude of the situation, that the ice is much harder to come by, the space is much harder to come by, and these teams are just getting pucks to the net from any angle, and that's the name of the game right now. The ugly ones are going to eventually go in for you as long as you keep putting that biscuit to the basket.
Well, the game just tied up on an ugly goal, so it's already worked here. Why not go back to it? Collision there as Duffy gets laid out by Hayden.
Hey, whatever gets the job done.
Back in behind on the right side corner. Picked up in a sweeping pass there. Another shot that hits Sorendo's pad and off into the hash marks. Van Polgeest, he circles down. Over to the right side, into between the feet. It'll jump up, passed off, can't quite corral it. Van Polgeest up through the middle of McKenzie. McKenzie hands off. McKenzie down the left side, over the red line in the blue. Into the end boards, grabbed. Van Polgeest chasing after it in the corner as well. But the Bombers come up with it. Back to the line, chopped down there.
Saucy.
Sent in. Shot from anywhere, that one's not gonna hit. Picked up by Lewis into the feet, back to Duffy. Duffy up the glass and in behind. McKenzie and Van Polgeest will chase after that. McKenzie in behind the net, Bombers. Lead pass into the feet of Fenwick McLean. Down and through the middle, stopped up. Grabbed by the Bombers, over to Hayden. Hayden steps in, shot. Chipped on over to Maidment. Maidment gets laid out. No penalties yet since that first. There was a power play goal earlier, wasn't there, right? One of the first couple? Yeah, it was a few seconds into the power play. So no penalties here for a little while, though, at least 10 minutes. Passed off on the left side. This brain may be slowly dying, Duder, but it's still got something up there for these last 4 games.
Just like the players, you got to find it.
Yeah, we're all in this together. On the left side, shot missing wide. This will be as close as I'll ever get to Bantam Major Provincials, so we'll take what we can have here. Sent in behind by Normore. Normore up the right side. That pass gonna chip over to Carver. Carver to Maidment. Maidment up the left. A little pressure by McDonald and lays out Maidment. Fenwick McLean picks it up though, and it looks like that line that was originally formed and played a lot of time together. Backhand by Carver. He'll go for a sharp angle, and boy, that one almost went in. Back to McPhee, over to Normore. Normore, low shot, save made, and this first line creating chances. Fenwick rings one off the crossbar, and it just dies on a silver platter there for Carver.
Yeah, off the crossbar there, and you know, when you're a goal scorer, you know where the net is, no matter what. You find that net, no matter where you are in that offensive zone, and Fenwick loves to shoot the puck. He can really rip the biscuit, and you know what, when you're a guy with that kind of shot, I'd be ripping it too, right? But I don't have that shot, so I had to pass.
Yeah, and Fenwick's 2 attributes that probably are the most noticeable are his shot and his quick hands. I mean, that shot has been snapped off and caught goalies off guard all season long, so there's really no difference now. And that is a big dog shot, or a big league shot, as they say. Brian in towards the middle, kind of like in baseball, buddy, when they say that's a big league swing.
Penalty here.
Penalty coming into the corner. And it looks like it's coming to the Bandits. And no motion from the referee on what it is yet. Brian will head off and he gives a little push. little push on the way by, and that'll be an Ian Tate plumbing and heating power play as we head back into the Bandits' end, and a chance for the Bombers here to get their first lead of the game.
Yeah, glorious opportunity. You know how much special teams has come into the game these days. It's always been a part of it, but it just seems that, so a lot of the times that's the deciding factor here. So we'll see if the Bombers can get clicking on the extra man here and take their first lead of the game, as you said.
So 16-15 here in the second. Face off on the right side. Puck gonna be dropped in, and one back clean to Sim. Sim over to McKenzie. McKenzie to Cohen. Down low on the right side corner. 2 minutes for interference, the call. So Brian, the man who will sit, comes back to McKenzie. McKenzie over to Sim. Sim on the left side. Sim tries to get a little pass through. Bounces over. McKenzie steps in. Shot. Top left. That one in a hurry.
Yeah, what a shot there. You walk in, you have that much space, and you know what? There's something to be said about the recognition there of looking up and seeing that open space. And he took it, and he comes in, he makes no mistake. 4 bodies in front of Sorrento. Not much he can do. Once again, another good power play set up there for the Bombers.
So the Ian Tate plumbing and heating power play showing up here early. And a face off coming back here to center. 2 10s there at the middle. Pardon me. Maidman picks it up. Maidman steps in. So now the first lead of the game here for the Bombers. And just like that, it can change. We're only 20 minutes into this game. Still got 35 to go. And we're going back and forth up the right side. Into the middle. Fenwick gonna pick it up and down to Maidman. Maidman chipping around, and McLean towards the middle. That was poked at. Carver. Calvin Carver. Hard skating, big power forward here. Pass in front, shot, and almost catching the 5-hole from Maidman, and exactly what they were looking for.
Another good job to take that puck in deep there. You want to travel in with that puck, and all of a sudden they got the defenders looking backwards, leaves that guy open in front, and the Bandits are real good at finding that seam pass in the offensive zone. So a little bit of an adjustment to be made by the Bombers here to kind of eliminate that pass through the slot. That's the pass you're looking for, right? You want that nice, good setup, maybe a tap in, and NHL 2024, you're looking for that one-timer back post.
Oh, absolutely. I've brought out the NHL comparisons a couple times this weekend. Little cross crease. Anyone who's played before knows what I'm talking about. I learned half my hockey IQ from the NHL games, dudes. Shot into the left side. That one's going to come for Cohen. Cohen up through the middle. Sim tries to hand off through the middle, and again it bounces around, and Sorrento gonna cover that up. 15:02 left to go in the second. Quite a few whistles for us here to start this one, and maybe a little mix of nerves, goals, power plays, that sort of deal.
It's kind of going the opposite way. It's not that it's slowing down, but normally it takes a while for this game to open up, and we've had back and forth action, but it just seems like there's not a whole lot of grade A chances. Loose pucks in front of the net, that kind of thing, but for the most part it's I'm not going to call it conservative, but it's definitely tightened up here in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, it's rare to say that there's 5 goals and not even 5 grade A chances, but that's not the reality of the situation so far. Even that last goal that was shot in on the power play, I'd put it at grade B. You got guys in front. Maybe it was a grade A. He was sneaking down pretty low in the slot, but it wasn't like a clear cut. Let's finish this thing off. Are we going to see a robbery? No, we just caught him over the shoulder.
And both these teams, no strangers to go into those hard areas. We've seen it all season long, Jeff, and with doing some of the Rage games this year, you got to see a lot of goals against. And but you do, the other good news about that is you get to see a lot of the skill set and just the way they set things up down there. So that's not a knock on the Rage there. I love my Rage, obviously, but
of course.
These teams, they're here for a reason, and they're proving why here in this game.
Shout out to the Harbor Rage, another one of High Button's regular season clients, along with the Bandits and the Gulls, who we'll be seeing against the hometown Novas later tonight. That one passed across, beautiful pass, but great play by Duffy. Gets just enough of a stick and breaks up what would have been a clear-cut shot there from the right side. Back to Cameron. Cameron circles back. Hunter McLean on him. Two players who are very familiar with each other. Up through the middle, they get tied up. And that push from Cameron shows me they're real fans of each other. And another hit as they go back. So there we go. Up the left side. That one back for the Bombers. Anderson gonna hand that off down the right. Rolls up the stick into the end board. Sorrento and out of the net Sorrento, but desperation play there by Normore. Over to the right side. Hakala tries to step up on it. Hakala over to the right. Bandits.
Head up the whole way.
And Clyde still into the right corner. That's going to wrap around McClellan. McClellan to Gillis, into the feet of Gillis, and it's a foot race. Gillis elects to take the body and allows his D partner to come in. That's good synergy between those two. Maidment, if you only got one guy barreling back and you got two guys on defense, you want to use those resources, and pretty good job there to show us an example of that between Hickey and Gillis. Gillis circling back on the left side. Pass gets handed off. In through the middle, Fougier. Down along the end boards. Walker's going to stop up that puck. Bombers looking for the stretch pass. 12:33 to go here in the second as it's in along the end boards. Gillis over to McPhee, finishing a check in the corner is Sim. Johnson now grabbing. Sim has gotten better as the tournament's gone on. Into the right side, become more and more noticeable the more you watch them.
That's all you can ask.
Johnson down the left side, and a dangerous, close to offside, but they'll get it. Carver tries to steer on, picked up in front, jamming away. Johnson with a good try. That's quick thinking by Johnson.
Yeah, attack the net any chance you get.
Especially if there's no defender there, and Fenwick McLean lays a big hit out on Sim here in front of the Bandits bench.
And they'll exchange a few extra words as well. A little bit of hatred building here. I love to see it here, especially down the stretch. Maybe a strong word for it, but hey, you got to dislike your opponent in these type of situations.
In front, and you're right, there is some hatred, and I think that's pretty clear cut. Croft down the right side, 2-on-1, back over, Croft in front, shot, saved by Sorrento, shot again as it rolls up ahead. Two good saves by Sorrento as he gets back up from the butterfly, and a good bounce back sequence for the goaltender of the Bandits.
Yep, that's a timely save there. You talk about timely saves. That's a big one. They just got the lead, the Bombers, and Sorrento coming up with his biggest save here. We might be talking about that one later down the stretch, Jeff.
Johnson back in ahead behind for Cameron. Cameron picks up on it on the right side, cut back over. Stick handling, pass connects here on the right. Up comes McIntosh. McIntosh to the middle, slapped into the corner. McIntosh circle back over to Anderson. Anderson shoots back in front, and that one in the blue paint cleared out just inches. Was that one kicked at?
It kicked. The Bombers player kicked it away from the net himself, so even if it went in the net, it wouldn't have counted. So.
Okay. Grabbed by Anderson. We saw a goal earlier this weekend using the chest, the intentional chesting, and I didn't really know that could count, but it did, and that one was puzzling for us here in the chat, but we figured it out on the High Button live stream. Over to Van Polgeest. Low shot. Back in behind. Down on the left side. Two players going at it. Cut back, and that'll chip in behind past the stick of Anderson. Intercepted at center. Puck played in behind Fenwick McLean with a little hit. Lewis going to pick up on it. Lewis fires it down for an icing. As we are already inside 10 minutes here in our second. Game moving pretty rapidly here.
Yeah, these two teams don't look tired at all, Jeff. They've been humming right along here in this game, and I was just going to touch on the not a whole lot of icings we've seen, not a whole lot of panic in the play, and it's good to see the players kind of settle in at this age group and not just hit the panic button.
Yeah, and after the crazy first 7, like we said, has settled a little bit. Carver shot off the blocker. That pulled back onto the stick of Gillis as he calms it down and picks it up. Backhand through the middle, intercepted, brought back in, cutting around. Gallant shot saved into the corner. Back and around Bombers. McLean played it over, a centering pass, stopped, and that's McLean on the Bombers, to be clear. We've got 3 McLeans out there on the ice.
McLennan,
there we go.
Call you out in the middle of the game, but.
No, that's good. Said his name a couple times, but the McLeans, I guess, touched that puck so much I feel like I was moving it around to him too. That one off the stick of Gillis and in behind for Normore.
Puck's got to get in deep there.
And I hate to call you out, dudes, but it is McLean, number 6. There's a McLennan and a McLean.
So there we go.
So
we're even here.
There we go. Up through the middle, that one passed off, and it splits the D. And they were playing on the same line, so even better.
It's tough when you have a grade 4 reading level, so that's on me there.
Yeah, well, we're here to talk hockey and last names, I guess. 8:43 to go in the second. That one will be sent down. New puck thrown on. And puck will come down here in front. And pretty even matchup here so far, dudes. Chances on both ends. Really nothing other to be said than shots and chances in tight for both sides. So no one with a clear-cut advantage really as we approach halfway. Right side shot. Oh, looking to go high, and that one had eyes. A little too much room given on the right side there. Sims gonna have that roll off the stick. And on the blue line, low shot. Sorrento tips it into the corner. Cohen. Chop that Cohen there. Duffy trying to get it on as well. Stick lift on Crofton on a platter there. Picked up, and Johnson will turn on the Jets up through the middle. Johnson cut off. Into the corner. Johnson pulls back. Hunter McLean, one-timer shot by Johnson in tight, and he'll look skyward.
You know, a great job by Johnson there to get himself into an area to get open. He faced the puck carrier, stick on the ice. You know, it sounds kind of cliche, but if he has a stick in the air there and that puck squirts out, he's not getting that shot off. But I was going to say about Johnson, man, he might be top 5, maybe top 10 straightaway skaters in this league, man. He's really come into his own here this season, I feel like, after watching all these games, and man, he can fly.
Absolutely, and if you want someone to go for an individual effort, he's definitely a top 5 guy in the league for that. He's shown it, and he's got the finish as well, knows how to put the puck in the net, and basically since Ice Jam, Johnson has found that next gear, and instead of just letting it be a one-off thing, working into his everyday game.
Yeah, you love to see the progression of the players, you know, and this is a big age group for that. These players grow quite a bit. Like we talked about, Hunter McLean seems like he grew a few inches over the season, which is hard to believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Puck passed out, and that one cut off, and a close chance there. Stopped on the stick over to Carver. Carver down the left side. Carver fishes off, and it'll head into the corner, and the Bandits working hard here to try to tie it up before the end of the second. Remember, we're going to have our break at the end of the second. Stick lifted in behind Hayden here as this game is really moving along quickly. Pass out in front. Back to the blue line. Left side near the hash marks. Rebound comes down. Picked up in behind. Backhand and save made. Sorrento hits him in the chest protector.
Nice play there from Hayden, and I want to touch on Hayden. You know, a lot of the times people think of him as a goal scorer, and yes, he is the leading scorer for his team, but one thing I think people forget here is he's first in on the forecheck. He's throwing his body around. He loves the aggressive side of the game, and, you know, that's part of it when you're trying to climb the ladder here. It's all fine and dandy to score goals, but if you can't play the full game, you're not going to go too far, and Hayden's done a great job here this season for his team.
Inside 7 minutes to go in the second. So down the stretch in the second period, that one gaining the red line and into the end boards. Picked up there, Bombers pull back, McKenzie over to the right side. McLean picks it up. McLean gets the pass off, and it'll go past the stick. And McClellan now chasing. Duffy and McClellan into the corner. McClellan hard on it, but Gillis, a calm player at that puck down there. Never really seems to be much panic in his defensive game. Up through the middle, that one will bounce near the red line and into McKenzie. McKenzie snaps a pass over. That one fanned on. Surrett spins it around, and it'll head back to McKenzie. Little pressure there by Johnson. In along the end boards, and the Bombers in the corner. Some pressure there on Surrett again. Into Van Polgees. Van Polgees, low shot. save made, 5:51 to go in the period.
A lot of stops and starts in this game. They used to call them the 747 Boeing turns when we were coming up through the system, and the coaches are always on you. Stops and starts, and we've seen a lot of that here. So these two teams, man, they've come to play here, and you can tell that they both want this very bad.
Absolutely, and a one-goal game, pretty much what we all expected through two. Picked up by Carver. Look at feed in front, and Maidment had a whack at it. Did have a player right there in front of him. Croft brings it in, swept off, now over to Carver on the right side. Carver gaining the red line, now over the blue line. That puck gonna be forced in behind Anderson.
What a hit.
Big hit by Carver down low. Back to McKenzie. McKenzie up in behind. Sim plays it back for McPhee. McPhee from the back end. He'll go for a skate, gaining the red line, and Fenwick knocked over. That leads to the delayed offside, but now Cohen picks it up. Cohen, right side, shot blocked by Normore. That one certainly was aimed for the front of the net, passed off, and Sim, shot, save made. Good job from Sim to kind of readjust mid-motion there.
Yeah, you talked about stops and starts just a second ago, and that's an easy one where you could have just go, I can't get there, I'll let it go. Sim, you know, he comes from a pretty good family. I don't think we need to mention too much on that, so if he wouldn't have stopped on that puck, someone would have had something to say for sure.
Got that right, and we do got to take a moment to say that this is pretty much a rematch of what we saw last year, the U13 AAAs. The Pictou County team played against the Bandits, and a lot of guys on both sides at it, so almost a year later in an extremely similar situation, just with a lot on the line here on a semifinal game, Pictou County versus Bedford, when you break it down. And this Pictou County team, like I said, pulled off a win in a crazy game on the St. FX Auxiliary Rink last year. If anyone remembers that one, I know I certainly do. So
clearly,
if there wasn't enough emotion in it, then that just adds another layer as we look to wrap up the second period inside 5 minutes now. Hunter McLean on the end boards. Hunter, centering pass, stopped. Back to Hickey on the blue line. Hickey hands it off. Duffy has to come back for it and shoots it down. Anderson grabs that on the end boards. Over to Johnson. Johnson into the left side. Johnson from a sharp angle, steered, rebound in front. Hunter right on top of it. About a half foot to the right, it would have been in the back of the net. Hayden with a cut move to the middle. Duffy the last man back and takes the body. Shot by Lewis, Lewis toe drags, fooled me up here.
T-drag fools everybody.
Duffy up through the middle, and Fenwick looked like he tagged on there. He was certainly off for a moment, then brought that foot to the blue line. And a close call there, go the way of the Bombers.
Looks like we're going to have a delayed penalty here, Jeff, and must have missed it behind the play. And good thing the on-ice cameraman was on it, because he's right there on scene.
With 3:41 to go, and Ian Tate plumbing and heating power play as Lewis heads to the box for two, and we're going to hear over the loudspeaker exactly what that was for.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what it was for. We missed it as puck was heading up the ice, but the old behind the play penalty, and really brings me some nightmares from my career. A lot of those in my day.
Holding, so a hold, and that's what they say, right? The coaches love it when you take a penalty 200 foot from the play, right?
Yes, they'll be a big fan of that call, I'm sure.
That one snuck in as the puck's still alive. It's swept on and past the stick of Carver, slows up on some snow. Sorrento doing his best Sam Berthum impression, heading way out to the top of the dots, but he'll leave it. Not really his style.
Very calm goaltender down there, yo. He never seems to be too phased. He's very calm in his movements and does a good job of taking away that bottom half of the net as the initial shot comes in.
Yeah, and it kind of matches his personality. I've talked to him a couple times over the course of the year, and never really wanted to show a ton of emotion, at least to me. And I think that benefits him as a netminder. Johnson, he circles back, and a nice little chip play, trying to get that over in behind. They're trying to get that puck in low with bodies. Shot on Carver, that one just misses as he almost roofs one to the left. That'll get a big reaction from the Bandits faithful to our left.
You know, I really like the game from Carver here so far in this game. And, you know, he was mic'd up there for the showcase game earlier on in this season. And he's one of those guys, you know, he throws his body around. He's got aggressive style of play. But you talk to him off the ice, and he's such a nice guy.
I know.
That's why hockey's one of the most beautiful games on earth, Jeff.
You're absolutely right on that one. We were just talking about Sorrento and if his style matches his personality. And Carver, not really as much the case. Friendliest guy you'll meet. But when he's on the ice leading his Bandits team, all bets are off. Down into the right side, 2:18 to go, 36 seconds on the power play. From the right side, Fenwick shoots. That one hits a stick over to Johnson. So they got Alley back over, and Fenwick scores from the right side. And that'll tie it up. And number 10 puts another one in on the band advantage, Duder.
Yeah, this guy, you talked about it earlier in the stream, Jeff. This guy continues to score big goals, and, you know, it's all fine and dandy to put up 60 goals, but it's the timing of them all. And like you said, he just continues to be a leader out there in the goal-scoring department, and that's a big goal here, a little tie game just at the end of the period, and that's got to put some wind back in the sails.
Well, that's something I always talk about, Duder, is the last few minutes before the intermission and how that kind of changes the vibe of the locker room. And I'm telling you, and I'm sure you can attest to this, Huntsy's speech is going to be a lot different now that we're all square opposed to down one after two.
Yeah, you could almost see him kind of calm down just a little bit, but, you know, I've known Huntsy for a long time, and he's going to be on edge here for a little while.
Brian works it over into the right side. Johnson with the assist, and Johnson continues his strong campaign. The Bombers look to bring this out on the right side, and that power play really benefiting the Bandits because the Bombers really were settling in with that lead before that call was made. And now we're all square and we're right back to the drawing board with 90 seconds left to go in our second period.
Yeah, I think one thing we were going to learn from this game, or have already, is you can't get too complacent. You can't get comfortable in what's going on. You just got to keep pushing here right to the final buzzer.
Yeah, we've seen enough wacky things happen in the league this year to know that all bets are off. Oh, and Tough up on the mask there. Gonna try to keep his cool as Brian. Tough customer gets worked into the boards, and they're gonna get him on the head contact. So, Duder, we know nothing near the head. And now the Bombers back to the box with 1:13 to go in the second, and another Ian Tate plumbing and heating power play.
Yeah, a late power play here with the way the Bandits are humming along right now. They just got the momentum back here in this game, and now they're going to get another opportunity here to take a lead going into the third period. And like you said, that would really change things in the intermission report.
A big chance here. This one is down into the end boards, and 1 minute and 6 seconds to go in the second. Picked up along the end boards. Bandits snap a pass up to the middle. Fenwick McLean again passes it off. He gets knocked over. Held on Normore, waiting for number 10 to get back up. Over here, Johnson. Johnson in the middle. Carver, low shot, kicked aside. Fenwick, another shot. That one blocked. Carver trying to bring that down with his body. That's 4 minutes for head contact, so a big one there. You got to stay away from the noggin. Pass in front. 33 seconds to go in the period. Shot high, bounced off of the stick and through the blue paint. That one snuck behind the goalie. Wouldn't find the back of the net. Carver now, he lets a shot go. Rebound in front, bouncing away. Fenwick McLean scores! And Fenwick with a hat trick. Buries it. And the fans explode off the bench here to our left, dudes. And this place is humming.
I mean, this guy just loves scoring goals, Jeff. He just lives and breathes by goal scoring, and you know what? He puts himself in real good positions, and he ends up getting rewarded here. He just keeps his head down and keeps on pushing.
I mean, what more can you say about this guy? A hat trick in the first 2 periods, and his team leads. He gives his team the first goal, the tying goal, and now the leading goal. And lots of emotion down there. Belly on ice level to bring us the action. As we head back to center here with 19 seconds to go, and still on the power play, remember. Fenwick McLean again. That's just a lethal shot. 4-3 now for the Bandits, so a swing here. 6 seconds to go. Shot in. Sorrento is just going to feed it in behind, slow it down. And now we're going to be heading to the second intermission with the Bandits up 1. A swing at the end of the period in the Bedford's direction. We're going to take a break here for about 10 minutes and be back for the third. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, welcome back here. Third period, action ahead, 4-3, still on the Ian Tate power play. As the Bandits scored in the first 2 minutes of the 4 minutes. So gonna start out here with 1 minute and 41 seconds of power play time. Up 1. Fenwick McLean with the hat trick. 1:41. How we feeling, dudes, heading into our third?
I mean, it's a big period, biggest period of the year, and you know, every shift is going to matter here from the last 20 minutes, and that's all there is to be said about that.
All right, with that said, let's get into it. McPhee back in behind. I wouldn't say there's nervous energy out there, more exciting. I think everyone knows this has been a good game and a lot on the line, so a lot of excitement out there in the lobby as we walk through in the intermission.
And you know what? These teams have both so far played well enough to win this game. It's going to be a coin toss at the end of this, and that's kind of how you draw it up here for the semifinals.
I got to agree. I guess that probably contributes to the positive vibes out there instead of negative on one side. Everyone feels like they can win this game. Bandits up 1, puck into the right side. Normore down along the right. That one heads up the boards, and
that's got to go 200 feet.
Carver shot in front, rolls off back to the stick of McPhee. McPhee down into the corner. Grabbed by Fenwick. Fenwick dishes across, trying to find someone in the middle. No one home. And it'll be sent the length of the ice.
Now that's 200 feet right there, Jeff. And that all started because they tried to force a pass through that seam again, so the Bombers made a little bit of an adjustment here in the intermission.
And that one gonna go all the way down. Is 32 seconds left to go on the man advantage, and we'll head down to the left side. Always a little bit easier, I guess, to kill penalties at the start of the period. You know, everyone's kind of getting warmed up, and just like that, this penalty's close to being over as we get a look at our buddy Simmer there on the bench as he tries to lead his team to a U15 championship. Simmer, one of the guys who has supported us from the start, Duder.
Yes,
he's always been there. Been nothing but a good guy to the high button team, and I'm talking years ago, before we were doing his son's game or anything like that.
Yep, and you know what? There's a lot of people that have been supporting us, so if you're one of those people listening or tuning in right now, we thank you very much. We got a nice little crowd here at the rink and one on the webcast as well, so we want to thank everybody for sticking with us here.
Pass down there and a funny bounce. Maidman's going to come out with it back to Duffy. 10 seconds left to go on the power play. Steered into the left side corner, Maidman. Maidman plays that back in behind for Cameron. Cameron looks to go up the glass, but it'll be sent out. And just a little note here, Duder. The winners of the MVP, both teams, will get a high button quarter zip today. So, you know, we weren't asked to bring MVPs or anything like that, but we love this league and obviously excited about it. So happy to support, and I'm sure Belly will get a nice shot of that quarter zip when it's awarded at the end of the game.
Yeah, hopefully they got an extra one for me up here.
Shot in front, and they score. And the Bandits hand off. Hunter McLean gives it to Maidman, and he sneaks one by in tight, catching them off guard on the very tail end of the power play. That'll be 5-3 under 2 minutes into the third period.
Yeah, that's a big one there on the power. You know what? The penalty had just expired. That's twice now they've done this, right at the very end of the power play, and they strike, and that's just sticking with it, Jeff. Don't give up just because the penalty gets over, and, you know, they got a 2-goal lead now, worst lead in hockey, but that's the way she goes.
Yeah, it is the worst lead in hockey, classic Don Cherry saying, but I'm sure the Bandits are happy to have it right now. Into the boards, the middle, Hunter McLean with another chance, diving out. Almost got it back for another one as Sim and McLean exchange words.
Yeah, and you got to do anything, you know, to get at least under the other team's skin here, and you know, Sim's no stranger to that. He's not the biggest man out there, but, you know, he plays really big. And, you know, I've noticed a couple times guys thought they could just run right through him, and he's kind of stood them up there. So that's nice to see there from a smaller guy. And you know me, I'm a smaller guy, so I have a lot of respect for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, Sim was one of the players who became more noticeable as the weekend went on. I don't know how many players fall into that category this weekend, but he's certainly part of it. A couple players on the Bombers team have pretty much put themselves in that category where it took a little bit, but now making an impact on every game. Up the left side, hits the stick, and now Croft's going to go for a skate. Croft up the left side. He has room. Shot in tight. Sorrento He parted the Red Sea for them, and the puck's still loose in the crease. And save made, trying to jam it in. Maybe a bit of a premature celebration, but someone's getting a pat on the head. I'm trying to look through, and it looks like Duffy is getting credit from Hickey, so he must have done something in the scrum there well.
You know what, Duffy did a great defensive play there on that 2-on-1. He pretty much forced Croft into a position where he had to shoot, and by that point he had already run out of real estate. So that's 2-on-1, 101 as a defender there. So if you're looking how to play it, right there's your clip.
And Duffy, pretty good defensive defenseman. He's another guy who's kind of came into his own. First-year player here in the U15 league. Another guy who doesn't show a ton of emotion out there, but doesn't seem to have many mistakes on his resume.
You don't put mistakes on a resume, Jeff.
I guess so. Mistakes on his player profile.
There you go.
And Simmer looks like he's going to be getting in a word with the ref. And a quick one that time around.
Yep, short and sweet.
Down on the boards, Fenwick McLean over here to Hakala. Hakala, he'll move in over the red line, now the blue line. Hakala into the feet. Lead pass by the Bombers. Grabbed by Hakala and fluttered in. Save made, 17-10 to go here in the third, and it's been an active 3 minutes to start out. That one grabbed by McPhee, and he'll turn and burn into the corner. Grab down low over to Croft. Croft along the half wall. Croft moves it up. Hustled after Normore, and that will go for a beneficial icing for the Bandits as it was kind of rolling in slow.
Yeah, right play, wrong execution. And, you know, it's always tough. You're in a different rink all the time, every weekend, and not every set of boards bounces the same. So it was the right idea. I would have liked to see him maybe take a couple extra steps and get that red line, so that way if he does miss the pass, at least then they're on the right side of the red line, especially down 2.
Face off, gonna be here to the right. Into the feet, Williams comes out with it. Williams over the red line. Now gaining the blue, Williams on the right side, and it's steered away by Sorrento at the top of his crease. Grabbed on the left side, it comes back through. Van Polgees, he'll pull back a little bit. Pass handed off on the right side, Williams looking for his D partner, gonna need to take it off the one hop. Bombers down 2 and have 16-17 to try to come back and tie this game up. Into the right side corner. It's picked up and the Bandits move it up the wall. Grabbed and a nice play to Williams. Williams steps in, goes for the extra move, and will lose the puck there. Exits the zone.
Yeah, maybe just one move too many. Got bodies in front of the net there. Get that thing. You kind of lucked out with that pass getting through the way it did. So fire that thing at the net. That's how they've been scoring their goals here today.
Normore rolls up a stick and in behind. Normore gonna grab it again. 15:41 to go in the third as we keep a close eye on the time for a third period. It's now or never as Carver takes a hard bump. Right down there in front, he'll get back up. Rejoin the fray. Fenwick, McLean getting into some pushing back there. Nothing's going to come of it, so a lucky break for the Bandits.
The Bombers
Over to
faithful
Hickey.
down there. Really wanted a penalty on McLean, but when you have a hat trick, I'd say anytime you touch a guy, they're going to want a penalty.
Yeah, and both sides playing with a little bit of roughness, but nothing crazy right now. Maidment with a low shot, and it rolls off to the right side. Carver and McLean maybe not totally ready for that one as they work it into the end boards. Collapse on, and now a penalty coming. And McLean draws that one. Hickey over to the right side. Fenwick snaps a pass across. Down on the line, it's touched up. And an Ian Tate plumbing and heating power play coming up again as the Bombers head to the box. And they're gonna go for the cross check. And Huntsy calling his team over here passionately, letting them know the plan for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, what a time here, Jeff, to put a stranglehold on this. But you know what? With that being said, the Bombers just aren't going anywhere, man. They were down a couple, and now we got a piece of gear out there on the ice. Something happened. I'm not sure if someone threw something from the crowd or whatnot, but anyways, back to the power play.
McPhee on the right side, down into the corner. Now it's picked up by the ref, so shrapnel off the ice. Left side, passed across, looking for Fenwick. He was there with a net to shoot at. McPhee now with a shot blocker down. Picked up and sent back the length of the ice. Sorrento gonna slow it up for McPhee. McPhee in behind. McPhee over to the left side. Lead pass, past the stick, and will be sent down for the icing on the power play.
Yep, just a little bit ahead of the play there, and fortunate bounce here for the Bombers. They're going to get an offensive zone faceoff here shorthanded. But like I said, 2-goal lead here so far, and a great opportunity here to put a stranglehold on things here if you're the Bandits.
Face-off going to be down here on the right side. 14-14 to go. So the extra 5 they add on for the third period gone, and 1 minute and 26 seconds of power play time as Cameron sits. Picked up by Fenwick McLean. Fenwick. Drop pass for his partner in crime, Carver. Carver up through the middle. Carver from the left side. He'll try to get his team to set up. Back to the line, McPhee. McPhee snaps a pass into the right corner, or the right half wall. Down to Fenwick. He's gonna hold on, back to McPhee. McPhee shot from distance, and it trickles into the right side, and McPhee confident that puck's gonna get through, and now a penalty coming to Fenwick.
Both arms up. Charging's my guess.
I don't know if we've seen a charging call yet this tournament.
Yeah, just maybe one too many strides there, looking to get a little bit of revenge maybe. He's taking a lot of bumps out there, Jeff, and you know what, rightfully so. He's done a lot here and had a target on his back there. It's an interference call, but you know, I would have went with charging either way. Both the arms went up right away there, so not hard to call that one.
So a chance here. It'll go 4-on-4 for 51 seconds, and a bit of a break there for the Bombers, and now 4-on-4. They can try to tuck one here and find themselves right back in it. Face off here on the left. Dropped in back to Anderson. Anderson passes across on the blue line. Circle back McKenzie. McKenzie over to Anderson. Anderson on the right side rolls through, and that'll fall back into the end boards. Bombers. Bombers get it back to Anderson. Right side, puck picked up. Sharp angle shot. That one's gonna go by and exit the zone. And sent down along the end boards. 5-3, still 13 to go. Game slowed down a little bit the last few minutes with the penalties stacking up. A couple whistles. Grabbed on the right side. Entering into the corner, McKenzie. He cuts back. McKenzie looks for that in the middle, and it'll be intercepted. Now grabbed, and a lead pass over to Hunter. Cameron out of the box, though. He's able to skate back. Hunter backhand, can't steer that one on net, looking for a rebound. And Hunter gets laid out in behind, and he gets walked over like it's Kobe Bryant back in 08. Rest in peace, Kobe, with a chance there. You know, when you knock someone over and you decide to step over them instead of beside them.
How old were you in 08, Jeff?
I was 9 years old. Remember it like it was yesterday.
Okay, so you were there.
Basketball highlights right on YouTube. That's all the rave. Up the right side. Pulled into the middle.
Ooh.
Grabbed by Hayden. Oh. Hayden, a little collision there with Hackle in the middle. Shot and a glove save. And a nice one there as a good opportunity in front for the Bombers.
That timely save there from Sorrento, point blank opportunity. Maybe didn't get quite what he wanted on the shot, but a great rush there from Hayden. He kind of ran into the brick wall Gillis there, I think it was, but that doesn't look like an intentional hit, but hey, two bodies zigged at the same time and they run into each other, but the point is, great save from Sorrento.
Yeah, I believe it was number 18, Hackala, and he's been a guy who's really added hitting to his repertoire this year. And Johnson looks for that in the middle. It'll be picked up instead, and the Bombers with 12 seconds left to go in the power play have that one swiped by. McKenzie, circle back. We've had a couple lead changes here tonight. Will we see another one? We got 11:38 to determine it. Down the right side, low shot and another save by Sorrento as it's kicked aside. Back to even strength and a lead pass looking for Fenwick. That'll be too far for the icing, and we'll head back into the zone.
Yeah, I know it was an abbreviated power play there, but that's a big kill from the Bandits, and a couple opportunities there for the Bombers, but nothing really other than that one point-blank shot there off the rush. And, you know, they got 11 and a half minutes here to climb back in it, and they're not going anywhere just yet, Jeff. We've said that a few times, but that's what we know here from this Bombers team is they're just going to keep pushing.
Yeah, putting together a good couple shifts there. That's more like the style they're trying to play. Sim wins that forward as the liney goes down. Over to the left side, Cameron with a cut move, trying to get on Van Polgeest. He'll chase that about halfway down and then leave it.
Good decision.
I was talking about earlier how he was a guy who somehow has the offense but prioritizes the defense and always seems to be in that right position defensively. Not going to try to force anything is the way I describe Cameron's game as well.
You know, when they say you play defense and the offense will take care of itself kind of
Shot in
thing.
front. Here Brian, low shot, looking for a rebound and tried to kind of put a half on it, and player laying down there. It's Cameron. He'll get back up, and a couple pushes and shoves after the play, and maybe sending off some guys for coincidentals.
Yeah, there's no shortage of scrums in front of the net these days, and it looks like probably just one going to come of it, even though the refs are getting together here. But Surrett for sure here for the Bandits, and you got to think it's going to be coincidentals.
Cross check, and no, it'll be a power play here for the Bombers with 10:48 to go in the third. So an Ian Tate plumbing and heating power play, and I thought for sure coincidentals as well, Duder, but no, the big moment here on the power play.
Yeah, you know what? They got together to get it right, and you got to hand it to them for that. As much as the Stripes out there take heat in the game, it's nice to see them get together and try and get that correct.
Face off will be here on the left.
Johnson's got a tight muscle down there. He's been stretching here for a good portion of this period, so we'll see. Keep an eye on him, make sure he's okay.
To the middle, shot, that one blocked through, and a great shot by Normore is in the slot. That one was coming from McKenzie down the left side. Picked up by Hayden, Hayden across. Another chance, and swept out with the feet, gonna be picked up, and Maidment elects to clear it out.
I don't hate that play. Get it down the ice, get it away from your net. Any play like that's a good play here for the Bandits right now.
Bombers from the back end. They're gonna hand it off to McIntosh. Gotta get set up here as we officially cross inside 10 minutes to go, halfway through our third period. Remember, after this, we're gonna have the Gulls taking on the hometown Novas. Shot from the point, blockered away. It hits the tall glass. Back across to the blue line. Down the right side, stop to Carver. In along the end boards. Grabbed to the line, kept in. Hayden, back to McKenzie. McKenzie to Hayden. Hayden shoots, rising up over the left side. 47 seconds left to go in the power play. It's back to the blue line. Into the right side, rolls off the stick of Cohen. He's gonna have to circle back. Cohen up the right, grabbed by the Bombers. Onto the stick, Lewis comes out with it. Tries to go on the outside, sent down, hits the stick of Sim. He'll touch it up. That gets a high sticking call there, or they kill the play at least with 25 seconds left in the power play.
Yeah, that's a tough break there for Cohen coming out of the zone, but wasn't a huge fan of that move at the offensive blue line here on the power play. Chip and chase is the name of the game for that one, and you know, it's easy for me to say up here, of course, but I wasn't looking at what they were looking at down on the ice, but you got to get that puck down in behind the goal line and force those defenders to be looking backwards.
Cameron plays it over on the right side. Bombers stop up, back to Cameron. Moved up and dropped over, skating over the blue line, Williams. Williams into the left side. Williams circling back and behind. Williams, cut move. Williams, stick lifted, flicked on, and exits the zone. Cameron So end of the power play here. Back to even strength. The lead pass stopped by Normore. Not really much going on for that power play as McLean sat in the box.
Nice move.
Gonna need to try to do some at even strength here. Croft, pass across. It's loose in front for a moment. Lots of bodies stacking up for the Bandits in front there, dudes, now.
Yeah,
They're going to be looking to clear out. Yeah, exactly. They're going to be looking to clear that out as soon as it comes in. Spun around, stopped. Back to the blue line. Shot from distance. Stopped again, and Fenwick fires one into the crowd. And actually goes by one of those Joe Lamont tank sweaters from this year.
As you see there on your screen, that was the first thing I was going to say, Jeff. And, you know, obviously if you've been following High Button at all, you know that we were a part of that tournament, have been for the last couple of years. A great tournament, but we continue on here on the High Button journey for the semifinals here.
That one spun around and showed out to the Joe. Nice long marsh break tournament. Me and you took that thing down a few weeks ago. This is finishing us off for the winter hockey season, these last few games. Down to the right side. Johnson gets worked into the end boards, trying to steer on. Bombers. Lead pass over the red line. Touched up through the middle, and it'll be back here to Anderson. Anderson offside here, and we want to take a moment to say if you've liked what you've seen here with the streaming, High Button Sports, the streaming will continue as we move into next season. And this year, I believe you were saying we did over 800 hockey games so far, dude. So 800 hockey games since the start of September, really, and by the end of the Montreal Meltdown, we're going to be over 2,000. So if you want to add your team to the High Button streaming beast, you can email us at jeffhighbutton@gmail.com or reach out any other way you kind of know how. If you got a personal relationship or you want to talk to us, a shot in front, a save by Sorrento. That'll be the way to do it. So 7:20 left to go in the third.
That's a big save, Jeff. Sorrento's coming up with, you know, sometimes you don't need to make 50 saves, but you need to make 3 that you really need to make at key, crucial points of the game, and Sorrento's been up to the task here, man. The Bombers are starting to push back here a little bit quiet to start this period, but they're back in the offensive zone trying to make things happen once again.
Well, they got 7 minutes and 20 seconds to score 2 goals here to keep their season alive. That's as simple as it gets. Up the left side, Fenwick McLean brings it in. Fenwick fakes the shot, toe drags around, it'll roll into the right side corner. Carver gonna go in to help pick it up. Played in along the boards, Fenwick comes out with it to Maidment. It's gonna come back to McPhee. Alistair McPhee stick handles.
Nice pass.
Gets it over to the left side, Maidment. Shot off. That one kind of just rifled into the right side. Normore gonna have to pinch down to help out. Fenwick in front to Maidment, and Maidment maybe not ready for that quick pass. Carver gets it down. Fenwick from a sharp angle. He'll snap one in, and it'll be covered up. 6:36 now remain.
Now, one thing I noticed out here was McPhee, Alistair McPhee, their rookie all-star team here, so shout out to him, but his deception out there on his edges, man, it's tough to read. Even as a commentator or a viewer, you know, he drags the line there, he walks the line, he's looking right, and all of a sudden he fires that puck back to the left, and, you know, deception's huge, especially if you can confuse guys with just your skating ability, and he does that.
If I would have tried to follow what McPhee did all year long, my jockstrap would have been in the rafters by mid-October, buddy. He has really come into his own and done a great job of, you know, using his strength to his advantage. And like you said, that edge work, certainly a strength for the D-man.
Yep, smooth, strong skater, and, you know, first-year player. Sky's the limit right now for that guy. And a lot of these guys on the ice, Jeff, not just McPhee, of course. Some real good standout first years and second years as well.
Pretty much the whole lot of them. Back to the line for Normore. Normore down into the corner, Carver. Centering shot, that one's gonna be stopped as it misses on the right corner. It'll be grabbed by Croft, a little pressure there. Maidment comes down, Carver shot off the crossbar, in tight. And we had a good angle of that one. Lucky that didn't go in.
The old zinger off the dinger, as they say. And that was a quick release there from Carver. You know, he put himself in a good position. These guys aren't overcommitting on the puck, and I find there's a lot of real good IQ on display here, as well as the speed and skill, I think, which goes without saying.
Face-off will come outside into the neutral zone here. As we get a tight look at it down there, and it gets one back over to Duffy. Duffy up the right side. Surrett stays with it. Bounced in behind. Surrett now with it. Has Johnson. He's gonna like to shoot it instead. And good to see Johnson back out there. A big part of this Bandits team. I think it's his first shift in a little while. Picked up here through the middle.
Did Hayden go?
Hayden frustrated as 3 Bandits close in on him, and Huntsy, I think, is telling him to play that defensive style here, trying to finish this game out. Simmer's saying we got to get this puck in low, and a tripping call here with 5:30 to go. Duffy will pick it back and hand off, and now a chance here to kill some time off the clock. Or not, as Surrett shoots it down, and it'll be touched up, and then the in-tape plumbing and heating power play coming up. 5:19 to go. Bandits head to the power play. So if a successful kill happens, that'll leave 3:19 for the Bombers to score 2 goals to keep their season alive.
You know, Jeff, I've been in this situation before, a late penalty here in a crucial game, and not the greatest time. I'm not going to bury Hayden, but tough time to take a penalty there, especially when you're trailing here in this game.
Face off, one back. Up ahead, they're going to look to step on it, and Cohen is kind of playing that high guy. He knows they need a goal. Pass in front, McLean, shoot, what a save there. Point blank on Fenwick. Picks up again. Hard pass over to the left side, and a beautiful one at that. Centering pass, Carver rolls off the stick of McLean, trying to bury on the right side.
That puck just finds McLean all the time, man.
Normore into the corner. Bombers doing a good job keeping to the exterior. Rolls off the stick. Nothing really in tight the last few minutes for the Bandits, but now picked up Normore. Right side, looking for the rebound. It's going to roll in behind Carver. Not done with it yet. Played into the corner for Johnson. Johnson into the wall. Poked in behind, and now they got numbers. Here comes Cohen. Cohen down the right side. Fenwick the man back, and it hits his skate and stopped up.
I'm not sure if Cohen realized he had Fenwick McLean back there as the forward.
Right side, Sims shoots that block. Normore body on the line. And a few chances here short-handed for the Bombers. Nothing will come of it. McPhee brings it in himself. He'll look to shoot up high. Blocker looking to chase his own rebound. Falling down and losing the stick. Back up through the middle. Bombers lead pass over to McLean. Sorrento's gonna get to it and spin it around for Hickey. Up the wall. Back in behind for Brian. Onto the stick of Brian. He circles back and pressure there. 16 seconds to go on the power play.
Now the Bandits are going to be okay with just possessing the puck here. Up by a couple goals. Hold on to it. Don't make any crazy crucial desperation plays and just get that puck in deep and away from your net.
Up through the middle, looking for a penalty behind the play. Hickey. Got to focus on getting the player Hayden, who's now out of the box with 3:13 to go. So it's coming down to this. Hunter McLean from the point, shot blocked. Into the feet, back to Hunter again. Backhand into the glove. Lead pass, looking for Hayden, it's stopped by Duffy. Shot into the corner, McDonald chases. McDonald in behind. Brian with a little pressure there. Brian looking for the wraparound. Puck, Maidman shoots. Brian's down and back up. Tough customer there. Laid out in front. Maidman had a great chance at it. Brian then steps in, maybe looking for a retaliation hit, but he'll rejoin the play. Don't want to take a penalty here.
Sorry about that, folks. That hit really came out of nowhere for me. I didn't mean to startle you, but not often you see a huge hit like that today's game.
That brought you back to Bantam AAA getting laid out, buddy.
Yeah, that was me getting laid out in front.
Down the left side, Carver has Johnson in front. Johnson shot, save there. What a good one. Back in behind, they score. And the Bandits bury one late with 2:13 to go on a second effort. And they'll double him up, and Johnson limping to the bench after scoring that goal, dudes.
Hey, you know what? That's ballsy is what I'm going to call it. Johnson has had a tough period here. He's dealing with something, but he stayed on that play, and he made no mistake there. And you got to think, Jeff, that the Bandits can certainly taste this now.
JJ coming up big late. 2:13 to go in the third. It's up the right side, cut off by Cameron, and Bombers looking to give themselves one last breath here with 2:05 to go.
Goaltender gone.
Goaltender gone. 6 on 5 here. The Bombers led at one point in this game, 3-2, and 4 straight from the Bandits, the difference. In along the end boards.
Bandits goal scored by number 5, Justice.
Grabbed and wrapped him behind. Carver catches up to it. Carver gets laid out. No call there as Carver takes a number down into the corner. He looks for his licks. It'll come back to the line. Shot blocked in front. 1:31 to go. Net empty. 90 seconds remaining in our first semifinal of the night. No ice. Grabbed by the Bombers to the right side. Up through the middle. Shot from distance. Sorrento steers that in. And the Bandits a minute and 15 seconds away from the finals. Centering pass. That one hits a glove. Gonna exit back out. Cameron getting pressured by Brian. Cameron holds him off. Cameron through the middle, and the last minute to play. Shot scores!
Oh my.
And it's not done yet as Cameron on an individual effort rifles one top right. And what was the line you said, Duder? The lights go off, the road hockey stays on. That one practiced in the driveway a few times.
Yeah, it's street lights are on, supper's ready. Next goal wins type deal. But hey, listen, you got to hand it to the Bombers here. Down by 3 real late in this game, and they have not shied away one bit from this, and they just keep on pushing. But my, oh my, what an absolute snipe there.
And a timeout called with 57 seconds to go. And Bomber is looking to breathe one last breath of life into this game.
Yep, 22.5 seconds left to go. And while the teams have a timeout, we just want to reach out and thank everybody that's been tuning in here for this game, reaching out in the comments. We see them all. Sometimes it's tough to communicate back, but if you've reached out to us in the comments, we thank you very much. It makes this a much more enjoyable job. Not that it isn't, but you get the atmosphere in the rink, and you know that people are watching at home. It really dials you in here, so thank you very much for your guys' continued support. And guess what? We're not done yet. And we'll see this thing through for the next 22.5 seconds. We'll see if the Bombers have some late game heroics.
Face off here. So 57.3 to score 2 goals. Net empty. And they're not done yet. Back to the line, Normore. Normore flips it up and hits his coach. And Huntzy kind of shakes his head like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, you might be seeing one less shift here later on in this game, but Huntzy, new specs down there. You don't want to ruin those.
Let's see. Face off on the left side. 53.2, and it's in the zone for the Bombers. Over to Johnson. Johnson has wheels, but he's going to elect to shoot it. And that'll go down. 46 seconds for the Bombers here. It starts with 1 for the comeback.
I won't lie to you, Jeff. One of the hardest things to do in hockey is to look up and see that great gaping net and not try and go for it. I got to respect Johnson for going for it, but if I would correct anything, it would just be a soft loft up over everybody and try and land it down in this area, kill as much clock as you can.
Puck in the zone, and the full court press here from the Bombers. Backhand, loose in front, jamming away at it. Cohen tries to settle that puck down. 5 on 5 there in the corner, and what I mean is 2 number 5s at it. Back to the blue line, shot high. That one's punched in ahead. 32 seconds to go. Backhand stays out, and a close one as it scoops in front. Cohen along the end boards. Wrapped around, 24 seconds. It'll come back to McKenzie.
Gotta hit it.
McKenzie shot, rebound, pass the front, scores! And with 19 seconds to go, we've got a 1-goal game. Getting spun around. 6-5 here. 19 seconds, and I guess the Simmer timeout paid off as the net's still empty. And now the nervous energy is pulsating from our bench here, or our side of the stands here.
The Bombers just keep bombing away here, Jeff, and they got enough
Look
time
at
here if
Cameron
you've ever played.
Cameron's in motion before the puck's even dropped. Back to Normore. That one up the right side. Carver takes it, shoots it down into the end boards. It's going to bounce out in front, steered aside. 10 seconds to go. One last rush here, maybe. Up the left side, trying to keep the season alive. Down here in front, Cameron. Cameron lose it into the backside, and with 0 seconds, that'll do it. And the Bandits will come away with it, pushing and shoving. Sorrento chirping in there. The season has wrapped up for the Bombers, and celebration now for the Bandits. They will be playing tomorrow afternoon in our final.
Punch their ticket to the big dance, Jeff, and man, you know what? Say what you want, 6-5 game. This gave us entertainment from start to finish. And you know what, when you're up here calling this game, like we said, it's an absolute treat to watch these players and these young men, you know, battle the way they did up here for this game. And, you know, it's a big game, and they both played pretty calm down there, and it was right to the very last buzzer, as they say. So I wanted to give a shout out to Jack Cameron there for kind of getting caught up in it. He realized what the situation was, and he kind of stepped away. And, you know, it's easy to get caught up in the mix down there. I know that as a player myself, especially when you lose, your season's on the line. You battle so hard all year, and it all comes down to maybe one last opportunity and one shot, and all of a sudden it ends. And it's an emotional game. It's a fast game, but my point is a great job there for both teams just to kind of step away from that and not get into any trouble.
Absolutely. No fault to Cameron. I mean, he scored the goal to keep his team in it. He had the rush there down the left side. And Walker will get the MVP. He'll take home the high button quarter zip. I don't know how much that really means right now, but a great game by him. He kept this team in it in big moments, and we'll get the picture. And a round of applause to Walker.
I mean, he was peppered, Jeff, and played well, played real well.
And Calvin Carver, the captain, he'll take home the quarter zip, and I know he'll appreciate that thing. And that will do it for us here for semifinal number 1. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. What a game we just witnessed. We're going to be back in
15 minutes.
15 minutes for the next one. It'll be between the Gulls and the hometown Novas. You're not going to miss it. We're looking for our second finalist. The Bombers will also play tomorrow morning for the bronze medal here in High Button Sports. So, with that being said, my name is Jeff Warburn with my partner, Dudes here. We are going to be signing off. Thank you for tuning in to another one. See you in 15.
Yes, sir.